And hear that thing, man. I'm about to prove the whole thing, man. Cultural appropriation, that's so racist. That's you. Just kidding, I love you all. I just turned on the camera in hopes that a message would come to my mind, and here it is. I'm about to tell you. Haven't even told my parents yet. A couple months ago, I made a video talking, it's kind of funny, talking about a girl. It was a video, it was called Write Yourself a Letter, or something like that. Write your future self a letter, or whatever it was. Essentially, I wrote myself a letter at my lowest point almost, I guess about 6 months ago. Almost to the day, 6 months ago. Because what had happened was I had met a girl and she left for a religious mission similar to what I did. And she had been super impactful. She had really inspired me in so many ways. I'd never met any girl like it. And still, there was unsurety. And what I mean is, I wasn't sure if I would be able to retain her for the full 18 months. And it's the goofiest thing. I think in my other video that I'm about to post this week, I talked a little bit about this because it's kind of been an inflection point in my life. But this girl, her leaving inspired me so much because I was like, well, like this is the type of girl I'd like to marry. And in a lot of ways, this video is very, it's a sensitive topic, something that I don't think a lot of people would feel comfortable sharing, but I think a lot of us are gonna go through things like this. Anyway, she left on this mission. I had promised her like the night before she left that I was going to become, essentially I said, when you get back, I'll have lots of money and I'll be waiting for you. And at that point, I wasn't accomplishing a lot. I was pretty lazy. I had quit social media, but I still didn't have direction. I was still, to be completely vulnerable and honest with you guys, I was still a weak person, and I still am. I'm not where I want to be yet. But had I not met her, I don't think I would have made the adjustments in my life that I did. That next day, I really got focused on everything. I really started caring about things like business and YouTube and becoming a successful person. I literally left all my weaknesses behind at the door when I said goodbye to her, when I hugged her for the last time. And it's just such a silly story to me. But the amount of impact to me is almost silly, you know? I started looking and making goals for YouTube and for my future businesses. And the AI that I had for YouTube, for an app that I'm using, projected that I was gonna have 300 subscribers by October. And I was like, whoa, that's amazing. It gave me a lot of hope. The crazy thing was, it was my dedication, my passion. I was posting every day. I was truly doing everything for this girl so that I could one day be prepared to have a family, have a business ready. But my personal brand is the most important part of that. By October of 2018, I had 3,000 subscribers. It's not like a lot, but like I was so humbled because I wasn't 100% sure if I could do that in such a short amount of time. 6 months later, literally, like I said, almost to the day, I got a message from this girl, and she said she needed to focus on her mission, which I understand. And that she wanted me to pursue other girls, and that she didn't want to pursue a relationship with me anymore. And I know what you guys are thinking. How heartbreaking. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you don't care, but I was ready for it. Crazy because I didn't feel sad about it. I took a moment to sit and contemplate and think about like, whoa. Like, am I going to have the motivation to keep on working? To keep going? No. No, that wasn't the case at all. Went on a drive, went and washed my car, stayed positive. Thought about every weakness that I have currently. Everything that I do that is not to par with what I want to become? I said, fetch it. I said, I don't care anymore. I'm dropping every single thing that makes me a weaker person. It wasn't her that was inspiring, that made me make this change. Yeah, she was a great inspiration. Had I not met her, I think she was a serious cog in the machine that really powered me. Mind, body, and soul, everything. But this decision, it came from one thing, and that was vision. The one thing that men lack in this day and age is vision. Vision for their future, vision for the present, for what's going on right now. Had I not understood that in 18 months, I had this time limit, that if I wasn't the man I needed to be in 18 months, I wasn't worthy of this girl. Had I not thought that, had I not created that idea in my mind, I wouldn't have accomplished anything. I would have remained the same lazy person, accomplishing nothing but saying I was going to do so much. Every single day before I met her, I said, I'm going to be starting this business. I'm going to be an inspiring man. I'm going to be helping people overcome addiction. I'm going to be doing all these different things. I'm going to be such a powerful life coach and life mentor. And none of it happened. It took a vision. If you want to become the perfect man, if you want to become the man that is driven with power and with authority, understand that it's going to take vision. If you don't have a vision, if you don't have a goal, if you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. I promise you, you aren't going to make it an extra few months. Suicide rates in men are rising like never before. We know what the issue is. We know what the issue is. I mean, we could talk about all the logistics. How the men, how society has kicked the fathers out of the household and made men look evil. Told men to be vulnerable and embrace their weaknesses and their emotions. To live by emotion and not by might. No, the real issue, deep down, I mean, besides all the logistics, which are very real, men do not have purpose anymore. Men don't have purpose anymore. Aren't you sick of it? Aren't you sick of being an underachiever, of failing every single time? Aren't you sick of dreaming about the person you want to be and just never doing anything about it? You keep talking about money, but you don't have any money yet. You keep talking about how you want to start this YouTube channel, but you haven't even made the account yet. You keep talking and talking and talking, but unless you walk, nothing ever happens. You are a slave to your dreams because you do nothing about them. You are weak because you do not stand. But because you do not climb the ladder to success. What happens when you start self-progression? You're inspired, you start climbing, you start hiking, you start putting in the work, and then suddenly the next day comes, you wake up and you are sore. You're tired of self-progression. You are tired of self-improvement. You don't want to go any further. Did you know you can overcome soreness and a lack of inspiration? It's called stop scrolling on your phone and keep doing what you did the day before. Regardless of whether you feel like doing it or not. You do it. You bear up your burdens and you just go. When you become a man, you have to, and listen to me people, you have to put away your childish ways. You have to put away the toys. And as sad as it sounds, you have to put away these ideas, these childish ideas. You have to put away the things like the video games, the Instagram, the scrolling on YouTube Shorts, which we all fall victim to, even me. If you do not put those things away, you are still not a man and you will never become one. If you want to be a man, just as the scriptures say, you have to put away childish things. It is possible to change overnight. It is possible to say, I'm never going to do that again, and then to do it. Everything I say is true. I've experienced it, the hardship, the trials, and I've had to endure through the hardest of things. I've had to learn how to control my mind. Until I met that girl, the day she left, that was the first time in years that I had actually cried. It sounds pretty stupid, because it is. No, I'm still grateful for her. I'm incredibly grateful. She inspired me, she changed my life. You're so capable. You just need to prove it to yourself. Every time I've written down a goal that seemed lofty and unachievable, somehow I achieved it. Worldly or not. I wanted a Mercedes C300 in 6 months with virtually no money to my name, and I got it. Until one is committed, there's always going to be an unsurety, there's going to be an unsteady way of living. Until one is committed, there's always going to be hesitation. Then have vision and make the move. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Subscribe if you're serious about becoming the best version of yourself. You need everything you can. We all do, and this is a community that loves each other and loves progression. And I'll see you guys in the next video.